И дальше. Да, хорошо.
Thanks a lot, Igor. I would like to start with some complementary remarks to the assessment Clara Geiwitz gave on the internal East-West divide in Germany, because I think it has some exemplaric meaning for what's going on in Europe at large, and then come to the European dimension. Clara Geiwitz gave an assessment, a picture of the economic tensions, inequality, disappointments, which are one of the causes for this very different political landscape in Eastern Germany compared to the West. And of course, that's part of the story. We could continue to go a little bit further in the analysis if we are not only looking to the economic and social aspects of this internal divide in Germany, but also the cultural dimension of that. It's not only about economics, it's not only about income, it's not only about property, it's not only about economic opportunities. Of course, all these topics matter, but if you're looking back to 1889, 1890, it was not at least a national movement which has been going on. In Eastern Germany, the call for national unity, and all over Central Eastern Europe, it was a democratic revolution for self-determination, and at the same time it was a national revolution. National independence, regaining national sovereignty, regaining national identity. And I think we have to understand in that kind of clash of cultures which happened then in Germany, because a lot of people from the East had a very different expectation of which Germany they wanted to enter, which Germany they wanted. And they came into a completely different country in a historical period of European integration, of globalization, of multiculturalism, of mass immigration, of gender revolution, and then sexual differentiation. So this was not the kind of Germany they wanted. And this is why now a significant part of the Eastern Germans are voting for a nationalist, anti-EU, and anti-immigration party. So it's more a kind of cultural difference and cultural clash, or let's say it's not only about the economics. And this is more or less the case all over Europe. So it's not just an East-West divide. Of course, there are some specific differences in the societal and political developments in Eastern and Western Europe. But we have some cross-cutting tendencies. Anti-liberal movements and anti-liberal parties and anti-liberal thinking is not limited to Central Eastern Europe. You have it in Italy, in government. You have strong anti-liberal, nationalist, xenophobic movements and parties all over Western Europe, from Scandinavia to the Mediterranean. So it's a conflict within the European societies between, I would say, modernist and anti-modernist tendencies. And parts of our societies are exhausted by all the turmoil, by all the fundamental and ongoing and rapid change. And the last 30 years have been a period of accelerated change. Not only in economic terms, of course, especially in the East, the fundamental structural change in the economies, partly deindustrialization, but also culturally and in societal terms. And this is why, in my reading, we have a growing call for stability and identity. Stability and identity as kind of an anchor in times of turmoil and in times of rapid change. And I think one of the main challenges to liberal democracies is how to balance the openness for change and the openness for diversity with this need of stability, of belonging and identity. I think this is one of the major lines of conflicts we see today all over Europe.